Hello, my name is Christian Harrison. I'm a professor of leadership and enterprise at the University of Greater Manchester and also the associate editor of the International Journal of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Within our prestigious journal, my role is really to work on the papers that most of the time are usually qualitative. So most papers that have this qualitative focus tend to go through me, and of course I try to help process these papers and send them for review as well, because one of my major areas of expertise is qualitative research. I have a book with another of my authors that we looked at qualitative research in business. But what's my area of interest? What do I really like to work on? Of course, as a professor of leadership, leadership is always one of the things I do. I always say I write leadership, talk leadership, and do leadership. But within the journal, my area of expertise and interest is really about entrepreneurial leadership. For me, entrepreneurial leadership is a paradigm, is an approach to leadership. And I totally propose that leaders have to think entrepreneurially in that sense. Written a couple of papers that have looked at entrepreneurial leadership, one of the first to develop a skill-based construct on entrepreneurial leadership, and also a multi-dimensional construct on how entrepreneurial leaders should behave as well. I'm really keen on finding out about entrepreneurial leadership, especially from the domain of crisis and also within authenticity. And for me, especially from the lens of the global south, we need leaders that have an entrepreneurial mindset as well. So my area of interest, most importantly or specifically, is really on entrepreneurial leadership. And those are the kind of things, especially across different communities as well. And one of the major tips, of course, for a researcher, what are those? What's the major tip I'm going to give a researcher today that has really changed me as I've gone up the ladder? For me, a big tip I would say is don't give up. I always tell people, as a researcher, don't die until you're dead. You're going to always face challenges. You're going to always try to submit your papers to different journals, and you will get rejections. But you need to have a tough skin. When you get reviews and they tell you, "Oh yes, oh you're being rejected," don't take it. Rather, take it as from a critical perspective, more of a critical friend. Never give up, because of in the domain of research, you're always going to have failures, but learn from your failures. Fail forward. When you're told your contribution is not clear enough, make sure your contribution becomes clear enough. When you're told your methodology is not rigorous enough, make sure you make it more rigorous enough. When you're told that we can't see the originality in your work, try to make sure your work becomes original. That's the only way you're going to do well within the domain of research. And that for me is an important part of what has led me to my role today. Thank you.